This is lesson 4.2, talking about the past and the future. Here we go. Kia ora anō e hoa, and welcome back to another lesson. So far, we've been using the sentence structure e, verb, ana to describe actions happening right now in the present. But sometimes we want to talk about things that have already happened in the past or will happen in the future. So, in this lesson, we'll start to understand how to talk about the past and the future using the kupu I and the kupu ka. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to express actions that have already happened as well as those that are yet to happen. Let's start with the past tense. In te reo Māori, we use the word I to indicate that something has already happened in the past. It's like saying did or was in English. The great thing is, the structure of the sentence stays exactly the same as what we already know. Verb, subject, object. But by adding I at the start, we're talking about the past. Here are a couple of examples. I kōrero ahau I te hui. I spoke at the meeting. Or I kai ahau I te āporo. I ate the apple. Let's practice those together. Number 1. I kōrero ahau I te hui. I spoke at the meeting. Number 2. I kai ahau I te āporo. I ate the apple. Notice how I at the beginning of the sentence shows us that these actions have already taken place. Now, let's look at future tense. In te reo Māori, the word ka is used to talk about what will happen, similar to the English will or going to. Just like with the past tense, the sentence structure remains exactly the same, but by adding ka at the start, we're signalling that the action will happen in the future. Here are some examples. Ka kōrero ahau I te hui. I will speak at the meeting. Ka kai ahau I te āporo. I will eat the apple. Let's practice those together. Ka kōrero ahau I te hui. I will speak at the meeting. Ka kai ahau I te āporo. I will eat the apple. See how easy that is? Ka tells us that these events are yet to happen, while I tells us that they have already occurred. Now, let's try a few more examples to really solidify what we're learning. Before we do, here are a few new kupu to keep things interesting. Hōhipera means hospital, and atāmira means stage, like what you perform on. Say those kupu with me. Hōhipera and atāmira. Right, let's start with past tense. I moe taku whaia I te hōhipera. What do you think that means? I moe taku whaia I te hōhipera. Well, let's break it down. I moe taku whaia. My mother slept. I te hōhipera, at the hospital. How about this one? I tū aku tamariki I te atāmira. What do you think that means? I tū aku tamariki I te atāmira. Let's break it down. I tū aku tamariki means my children stood. I te atāmira, on the stage. I tū aku tamariki I te atāmira. Okay, now let's try making those exact same sentences future tense by changing the word I to ka. Ka moe taku whaia I te hōhipera. What do you think that means? Ka moe taku whaia I te hōhipera. Let's break that down. Ka moe taku whaia means my mother will sleep. I te hōhipera, at the hospital. How about this one? Ka tū aku tamariki I te atāmira. What do you think that means? Ka tū aku tamariki I te atāmira. Let's break it down. Ka tū aku tamariki, my children will stand. I te atamira on the stage. Ka tū aku tamariki I te atamira. Great job. Now you've learned how to talk about both the past and the future tense in te reo Māori. Keep practicing with these structures and soon it'll feel natural to kōrero about what has happened as well as what's yet to come. That's it for today's lesson. We've covered heaps and I'm bloody proud of you. Before I go, I want to remind you that you need to go and find your bestie and teach them what you've learned today. You'll soon realize if the learning has stuck or not. And if you've forgotten anything, all you need to do is come back and re-watch these lessons. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 5, Māori Ora.